Hello everyone, welcome back. I'm actually gonna do one game right now. Um, I didn't play against this guy Choman or Koman. I don't know if it's like Chromium Man or just Choman. I don't know. I think I'm overthinking it. Hopefully the mic sounds a little bit better. We actually played a co-op game against computers, and the reason I want to do this match is because you know, here's the statistics, whatever, of the game. I played pretty well, as you can see, and yeah, pretty well, but we're gonna actually watch it right now. I am not Protoss. I'm actually trying to learn how to play Zerg, and it's really tough for me to learn how to play Zerg. But I did this build that I learned from day 9, so we're actually gonna load it, and I'm gonna explain the build as it loads. Hopefully my computer won't crash. So basically the build is you go gas on 14, and then you get your pool right after, and then as soon as your pool finishes you go for a queen and your roach horn at the same time. And then this is my ally, Choman. Of course I'm bad mannered when I play co-op because I'm learning. This is what I do to learn, and I don't even talk to the fool. That sucks. So as I was saying, you get your gas on 14, pool on 14 after gas, and then once you get your pool up, you get a queen and you get your roach horn at the same time. And what I like to do is get the queen, get the roach horn, and I find that I have enough gas to pump out a layer at the same time. So as my layer is constructing, I like to build some roaches and try to position my buildings in a way so that I can defend efficiently if I need to. I'm still learning this build. I'm not very good at it, but we'll see what happens. So there goes my gas on 14. I'm actually going to speed it up a little bit because intros are always kind of lame. And of course, computers are computers. Oh, that was my extractor trick, sorry. Computers are computers, you know, they play with, like, look at the APM tab. You know, they have like ridiculous APM sometimes. It shoots up to like 400,000. Ridiculous, not even realistic. And we're gonna look at production tab for most of this game. So pool on 14, it brings you down to 13, and get my gas a little bit after as soon as I can afford it. Then start making drones and overlords again. And as soon as this pool finishes, I'm gonna get out my roach horn and queen. I like to go queen first, then roach horn if I can help it, in case I'm money tight. Another key thing is positioning of the buildings. I should have positioned this one a little bit further back right here, and it would have been a complete wall off. And then positioning the roach horn up here for a complete wall off means that if people come in with zerglings or marauders which have short range, they can't shoot my queen, and it's hard to get to my drones. They have to go all the way around my building. Notice I left a big gapping hole and a gaping hole right there too. But yeah, pool's done, queen's on the way, roach horn went down. And notice I have enough money that as soon as my queen is done, pump out the layer. And start pumping out roaches, get my second extractor going. Day 9 left this for preference. I like to delay it a little bit because I feel like I have too much money at points. And I mean too much gas and not enough to spend it because roaches aren't very gas heavy. They only cost, what do they cost? If I can select the larva, maybe one day. But yeah, they cost I think like 25 or 50 gas, so it's not that big a deal, an investment. So I like to get it up a little bit later, and I should be going for my layer. Yeah, there we go. It's a little bit delayed on that. I should have gone for it a little bit sooner. And roach horn's done, so I'm going to start producing. As you can see, I am the blue pieces here, blue Zerg. 2 roaches on the way. Always want to mix in roaches and drones, because the point of this build is that it gives you good defense, because if you position your queen back here and your roaches in the back, it's tough for all the units to get a concave and surround and pick them off, especially if they come in with zerglings and like zealots, you know. Unfortunately, these guys are, you know, Terran and Zerg, so they're going to come in with a couple roaches, some zerglings, submarines, and marauders. Of course, roaches are pretty good against marauders, so that's great. Yeah, and constantly injecting larvae. If you notice my hotkey setup down here, I use 1 as my layer. I know a lot of people like to use 5 as a layer, and then 4 as the queen. If I use 1, 2, and then I leave the upper keys for my army, and then if I have scouting things, I usually put them on like 7, 8, and 9. And notice I'm positioning my roaches for defense up here. At the same time, of course, my ally is going to go for the typical Protoss. Wait, what the heck is he doing? Is he getting 3 gateways delayed? So he's only on 1 gateway when these guys come out. That's kind of interesting. He's got 2 zealots and he's going to defend. He built all this. He barely got his forge up. No upgrades coming. He got some zealots, 2 zealots. Luckily I pinged the map because I let my ally know, hey, they're on their way. Because what I like to do also is get 2 Zerglings out as soon as, while my queen and my roach warren are building, and put them on the tower and keep watching what's happening. So I know that if there's an attack coming, I can see it early and cut production of workers to start producing army units. And as you can see, I am producing some Zerglings just to deal with it right now. And also I managed to get out my Hydralisk then. The good thing about this build, the day 9 taught, is that you get out your layer so early, you can do whatever you want with it. And as soon as I know I'm holding it off, right back to producing drones. Yeah, I'm producing some Zerglings, mostly because I'm interested in expanding here. When I play on this map, which is often that I play on this map, I love expanding here with any race. As soon as I hold up that first attack, I kind of know the way the computers think. I love playing co-op. It's just very relaxing. I'll go for this, defend it with all my might. If I'm playing as Protoss, I like to place a pylon here and then wall off against this. Create a little choke right here. And, you know, throw 2 cannons, maybe 1 more back here. And, yeah, just start doing all that. Now, the good thing about Zerg is that when you're playing a Zerg, you're always going to have high APM because they are the most micro-intensive race. I mean, I'm not even doing that much right now. If we go to my player camp, that is not me. That is my allies deciding to, off of his 3-gate Templar, Dark Templar, 2 gas. I don't know how he's affording this. He's only, let me check the army tab. Yeah, he's really low on his army. Apparently I'm still very low. We're 10 minutes into the game. I should be a little bit higher, but of course I'm constantly being supply blocked because as we all know by now, I suck. But yeah, constantly producing drones because I know on the mini-map, hey, let's go into my player. I know on the mini-map there's a, am I on my view? Is this what I'm looking at right now for real? What's going on here? It's not letting me, okay there, yes, thank you. So constantly looking at the mini-map, checking to make sure that there is, you know, no, if I see the push coming from that bottom tower right here, I have time to produce quick units, you know. Of course, at the same time, I'm building an army because I don't want to fall behind on that. But I'm mostly worrying about getting this expansion up and running. Getting this expansion going, getting my queens to inject their larvae on time. It's very APM intensive. Notice my APM hasn't fallen pretty much, even though it says 60 on average, you know, it's pretty damn high the whole damn time. So I don't know why I would say 60. I guess because I stopped and I'm texting someone while I'm playing because, yeah, multitasking rocks. And of course, I like the mix of, come on, let me select things. I like the mix of Hydra, Roach, and I throw in some Zerglings because these are mostly from the start when I produce those Zerglings. I haven't really produced any more Zerglings, mostly, of course, Overlords because I'm always supply blocked. I like the Hydras because they range pretty well and they decimate. Hellions decimate other Hydras if yours are improved, and I do have the +1. By this time I don't know if the computer has a 1 carapace. So yeah, and trying to multitask, trying to do the best I can. The computer's lagging, of course, because I have 4 programs running at once. Somehow I get mixed up with my queen, and I notice my macro slipping, and this is something that I need to work on as Zerg, is as soon as I get this expansion going, once I get some income from this, I should already throw down my hatchery. Because the high yield especially, once you're on 2 base, you can throw up a 3rd hatch and produce out of it with no problem. Of course, at the same time, I am producing another queen, or I will start to as soon as this hatch is done, because I do want to inject larvae on everything, trying to keep the energy on the queens low. Of course, it's getting a little high right now, and that's why I was able to poop out some creep tumors here, and starting to spread the creep. I'm not very good at this, because I tend to forget, or I'm just distracted by so many things, but trying to spread the creep, because hydras are slow. I could use any advantage that I can get. At the same time, I am going to continue building an army, but mostly droning up. And I notice at this point in time, usually in the game, 14 minutes, you should be on a third baseman. A good Zerg would be. Of course, I'm learning Zerg. I'm not very good at it. But I do get up another base later, if I remember. I actually played like 2 or 3 of these just now, so I don't know which one I'm doing right now. So yeah, getting the upgrades to Zerg missile attack level 2, and this is late. I should have gotten the glial reconstitution earlier, so faster roach movement. And I am trying to tech up, get my infestation pit down, because my long-term goal for this match was, since I'm going roach hydra and I'm upgrading the ground weapons, it wouldn't be wise for me to switch up to air all of a sudden. So what I'm trying to do is tech up to Ultralisk and make a big final push with Ultralisk, Hydralisk, and Roach. And that's a pretty potent combo. Of course, when you're playing against computer, most things are a pretty potent combo. But, you know, the Ultralisk will decimate these tanks. They don't take extra damage from tanks. Fungal growth or any of this stuff won't really work much on it. Hydralisk, I guess they can outrange it, and Zerglings just get chewed away. The Mutalisk would have been more important. So if this is a human and he would have scouted me and seen me eventually throw up my Ultralisk cavern, I would have in his place switched to Mutalisk or